What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. And today it is time for a return to the Sanctuary of Gargoyles. So we have another fluffy, furry, bug-eyed hero in the portal, and we're going to have a look at her today. So the newest hero from this portal is going to be this yellow little thing, which is called Hilda. And she is our latest 5-star legendary hero from the Gargoyles. So let's have a look at this little chickie today. First of all, she is obviously a holy hero, and she is of the fighter class. Fighter class is a really good class because it gives her the chance to revive. So it's a 30% chance to revive at the end of the turn when receiving a fatal attack. The character can also get 25% attack for 2 turns if you do have enough master talents to add on to the master talent tree. These master talents are not coming in very quickly, so I'm assuming that unless you're a big spender, you probably won't. I mean, the revive is still a really good talent class. Now, the family bonus for the Gargoyles is a bonus for 1, 2, or 3 heroes. For 1 hero, there's an immunity to poison. For 2 heroes, immunity to poison and burn. And for 3 heroes, immunity to all damage except for sand. It's burn, poison, and water damage immunity if you do have 3 or more gargoyles on your team. Now, they do get the soft skin passive. This is for the new gargoyles, so every time this gargoyle casts a special, their soft skin activates, and the next 4 times they receive damage, it gets reduced by 90%. They resist all status ailments and mana reductions, and this effect cannot be dispelled. The amount of turns it lasts for is dependent on the hero's speed, so for an average speed gargoyle like we've got here with Hilda, it's going to be a 4-turn soft skin. And that just about covers off the family bonus and the passive. So moving over into stats land, if we switch off the max power preview, we can see she is again pretty defensively built, but actually not too much. I mean, pretty balanced, nearly 1100 on the attack, 1133 on defense, and 1707 on the health. So very high stats. And in terms of what she's doing, so we'll have a look at her special. It's called Drain Strike. Kind of a weird title, but we'll go with it. So she deals 435% damage to the target nearby. That's a pretty hard hit. A very hard hit for an average speed hero. And the target and nearby receives 708 bleed damage over 4 turns. All allies steal 50% of bleed damage or dealt bleed damage as boosted health. That's pretty awesome. And the target and nearby enemies are immune to new status effect buffs for 4 turns. We've had a lot of buff immunity heroes coming into the portals. I mean, in the other portal, we've got this one. I think it was it Starlass that's giving that same buff immunity? No, it's not. There was another new hero I completely forget. And then, of course, we've got Aviana. Oh, yes, that was it. The Goblin. What's her name now? Lucy Potts, something Potts. It's completely, I mean, it's just a slew of new heroes again, but a lot of buff immunity heroes. And that is a strong effect. So, I mean, maybe that's because we're going to be having some super duper buff heavy heroes coming in the future. I mean, there are already quite a few in the game, but I think this feels to me like it's in preparation for something bigger. But let's go over Hilda's special. So initially, she's got a really good hard hit. 435% damage to the target nearby is awesome. Then the bleed damage. So it's 708 without max power. But if you do add limit breaks and emblems, we're going to see that go up to 1044 bleed damage over 4 turns. So a good solid 260 bleed damage every single turn. And then all of the allies are going to be taking 50% of that bleed damage as not just a health recovery, but as boosted health. That is fantastic because she's a hitter and a healer, and you know how I feel about them. They are some of the best heroes in the game. She's doing a lot all at the same time. So massive upfront damage, damage over time, boosted health, and she's giving the target and nearby enemies immunity to new status effect buffs for 4 turns. I mean, she is a little monster in form and in practice. She's just an insanely good hero. If you do get your hands on this hero, I would go ahead and max her right away. She's absolutely fantastic. And I think she's not just going to be a offensive hero, she's going to be good defensively as well. Not just because of the amount of damage and the buff immunity and everything else, but also that passive. It makes them very, very difficult to deal with. That reduction of damage by 90%, you always end up forgetting about that. And then you go and fire off a huge snipe or something like that, and you just do no damage to the gargoyles. They are featured alongside the two other brand new gargoyles that we've got. This guy, Mina, is making the rounds. I mean, I have gone up against this guy more times than I would care to remember, and lost to him more times than I'd like to remember as well. That fluff volley every turn is really, really good. It's like a mana cut and a decent amount of damage. And then he also does a decent upfront hit. He's running at fast speed. Just an insanely good hero as well. And then Uwe. I mean, I must say, I haven't seen a lot of Uwe in the Rush Wars that I've had, but I've certainly had a lot of feedback from other people, and he's doing himself justice. That 850% damage is humongous, and I've seen good things with this guy. Put him alongside somebody like Toon Kagan, and you are just wrecking a team. Or I mean, if you're lucky enough to have pulled Starless, I mean, pop him alongside Starless any day of the week and you're gonna love the results. So really, really good feedback, and good heroes that are featured in this portal as well so far. I am liking the new gargoyles. What I will say is it's a bit of a disappointment that they're not doing anything with the older gargoyles, because they are falling behind massively in terms of their stats. I mean, just look at that 841 team power in the same portal as you've got somebody like this with like 300 more on the team power in terms of stats and things like that. It's too fast and it's too much too quickly. And if you are going to be doing this, and I feel like I'm bored to death with saying this already, but there needs to be a humongous balance update in this game, and it needs to happen like yesterday, for us to be able to bring all these heroes on par with one another. That being said, if you want to know the odds, you've got legendary featured hero chance of 1%. Legendary event hero chance of 0.3%. But again, that's not really that great, because then you could end up with somebody like, I was just about to say this guy Arco, but Arco's actually probably still one of the more usable heroes from this portal. But you could end up with one of the older heroes. I mean, I have Penalite in here. And I mean, if you just look at him, like, his stats are way, way behind the times. So yeah, it just really needs a huge improvement in terms of the older gargoyles heroes in this portal. And, there just needs to be a humongous balance to all of the stats. So, fingers crossed, we live in hope every single day with this game. But that being said, if you do manage to get your hands on one of the featured, then you've got an excellent hero in this little one, Hilda. So with that all being said, please do let me know in the comments what you guys think of these heroes. Again, congrats if you do manage to get your hands on Hilda. Also, drop us a like, please, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss any future updates. And just for the end of this video, I do want to give a shout out to my boy Clay Thor. Clay Thor has a incredible YouTube channel. He's in one of the top 100 alliances, and he's sharing his war hits pretty regularly. And there's some incredible content to be coming on that channel. He did have a bit of a blip where he wasn't able to post, but if you're looking for somebody to subscribe to, I would highly recommend Clay Thor's channel. It's just a fantastic channel. So shout out to you, man. And with that being said, that's pretty much it for today. So I wish you guys all of the best. I will be seeing you again soon, so watch out for the next video. Like, subscribe, share it with your mother. Bye for now.